Greetings from Jerusalem, Jane. I want to make the first video update of today, and this is devastating breaking news coming out of Israel. My TV is on in the background. I have made hundreds of these videos during my 12 years living in Israel, speaking about dead Jews. A horrific terror attack took place this morning in Ramot Junction, which is on the outskirts of Jerusalem. Two terrorists coming in from Judea and Samaria, an Arab village near Ramallah, came into Jerusalem with two Carlo submachine machine guns, and they fired at people waiting at the Ramot bus stop. Before this happened, and you can probably hear it now, a lot of police cars. I heard a lot of police cars, and then the breaking news come, horrific terror attack near the entrance to Jerusalem. So I am using the latest updates that I have, and of course in a horrific mass casualties like this and a horrid terror attack like this, news are coming in all the time and also being corrected. But according to the latest, these two terrorists attacked people who was waiting at a bus stop, and I have shared videos about this on my social media, especially my Telegram channel. So these two terrorists fired at people waiting at the bus stop at the Ramot Junction, and according to several reports, they fired at bus number 62, and 5 people, 5 men and 1 woman were brutally murdered this morning in this attack. According to some report, they entered the bus and also murdered people in the bus. When the paramedics arrived, they said, "We found people unconscious, murdered on the sidewalk, on the road and near this bus." I can't find the words to describe it. So 1 man in his 60s, 1 woman in her 50s, and 3 men in their 30s were brutally murdered this morning at the outskirts of Jerusalem, just doing their morning routine, probably off on their way to work. And now, how many children here in Israel has to bury their father tonight, who was heinously murdered in yet another deplorable terror attack here in Israel, attacked for no other reason than just being Jewish. The woman who was brutally murdered, she succumbed to her wounds in the hospital. All of these victims were taken to Sa'asedek Hospital and had the Hadassah Hospital here in Jerusalem. It says that 12 people were injured and evacuated to hospital. Among them, 7 of their condition is serious. So they opened fire, as I said, at line 62, which was standing in a traffic jam. And all the people at the bus stop, I shared the video where you can see people are running when these terrorists started firing. And another video is coming up, is actually of a religious young Jew who only a year ago got a license to carry a gun, and he started firing at these 2 violent terrorists who came in from Judea and Samaria on a bloodthirst to murder Jews, and they murdered 5 innocent, precious souls murdered today in this horrific terror attacks. So the crossings between Jerusalem and going into Judea and Samaria was closed, and the IDF forces are now narrowing in on several Arab villages out in Judea and Samaria, and also the villages where these violent terrorists were coming from. So again, how many children are going to bury their fathers today? How many women are going to bury their beloved husbands? The man in his 60s, the women in her 50s, most likely have grandchildren who is now being rushed to the hospital because their beloved were murdered in yet another heinous terror attack here in Israel. So this is just the first update of the day. So just send it out on all my social media platform, and traffic to that site has already been stopped. Before all of this happened, I have a bus coming here that I take, and then I go to Central Bus Station, and then that bus continue out to Ramot. So I had actually made a video to a friend, and I said, or a message to a friend, and I said, something is happening, the traffic is backed up, there is a traffic jam. And sorry, I had to pause, my voice is really squeaky. So I said, something is happening, the traffic is backing up. And then literally short time after that, I started hearing all the police. The Ramot area is a neighborhood on the outskirts of Jerusalem, and it is not far from where I am. So I have also heard the helicopters in the air. So this is horrific. We are back to the times of horrific terrorist attack in Israel. Palestinian Arab terrorists coming in to murder Jews for no other reason than just being Jews. And now 5 funerals are going to take place today. The trauma is all the way up in my throat. The trauma that we already carry from all of the horrific terror attacks that we have gone through and that I have reported about out of Israel for all of those years. That was why God brought me here, and it has brought me many, many tears and a heart that never fully healed, because I have to report about another horrific terror attacks. So just to sum it up, 5 terrorists coming in from the Ramallah area in Judea and Samaria on a bloodthirst murdered 5 precious Israelis this morning in the Ramot Junction, waiting for the bus, on the bus or coming off the bus. And 12 people were injured and were brought for treatment in the hospital. When more news come, I will make more updates, and also when we have the identity of those 4 men and 1 woman brutally murdered in yet another horrific terror attack. I'm sending my deepest condolences to their families. May their memory forever be a blessing. May God comfort their families. May their blood be avenged. IDF is circling in and is ready to go into that but still Palestinian Arab villages where these terrorists came from. The security minister Ben-Gvir and our prime minister Netanyahu made their way to the scene of this horrific attack just on the outskirts of Jerusalem. So as always, I'll keep you updated. I encourage you to follow my Telegram channel, where I can share videos and voice messages that I can't do on my other media platform. Go to your app store and download Telegram and find Jerusalem Jane. I'll actually attach the link when I post this video. Follow me on my Telegram channel for all the latest updates. Bye.